Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to Be My Guest. We have back with us Keith Carreiro. And Keith is a fantasy sci-fi writer. He's been with us on numerous times. Welcome back, Keith.
Thank you.
He's from Rhode Island, and he just loves that Washington Bridge. That's a whole nother story. If you're in Rhode Island and people are cursing that bridge upside, downside, roundside, it's been a long time since I lived in Rhode Island. Which part is it supposed to connect?
It connects East Providence to Providence.
I bet you I have friends in East Providence. I bet I used to go over it.
East and west traffic.
And it's not even doable now?
They're doing it, but I'm not sure that it's that safe. Because one day you hear one thing, and the next day you hear another.
So you avoid it like the plague.
I do.
So today to get here, you kind of went...
I went west before I went north.
So he ended up here at 495 in the Hopkinton area.
Right.
Smart dude. And came down from Hopkinton to Upton. It's nothing. It's like an 8-minute drive.
Yeah.
You end up right in the center of Upton, and you're cool. You're safe.
Yeah.
Smart. Now, he has another one. Now, this one is part of his Immortality Wars. Let me get this straight. Part 1, the first book of the second trilogy. I'll get it. It's called The Pilgrim. Part 1. This is the first one, right?
Of the second trilogy.
Okay, now this takes place in 2562, and you call it the old Earth time. Wouldn't that be more like future ahead of us?
Yes, Earth is devastated. Only the dregs of humanity live here. And there's been a massive migration off-world to 12 planets, exoplanets that are in this part of the galaxy. Our solar system is located on the Orion Spur, and that's where these planets are.
Now, one reality created by scientists, technicians, and a corrupt ruling council on a distant exoplanet seeking immortality erupts into their own. One man enters their world. He brings with him all the mortal capacity, knowledge, and prowess in combat he has gained through their experimentation on him. A sergeant in an elite company of warriors, Paul, P-A-L-L, Warren, brings these acquired powers of a medieval time to this realm of sophistication. He also brings with him a rare spiritual ability not seen in 540 years. Tell us more about Paul.
He has that name because when he was born, his mother died, and the midwife that was accompanying the birth felt that was not good, so she didn't want anything to do with the baby. So Paul's father, David Warren, took over and eventually put the baby on his mother's stomach, and they were going to name him Paul, P-A-U-L, like our famous, photographer and cameraman, and he decided that he couldn't do that, and so they named him Paul, P-A-L-L, because there was a Paul over the mother, and so he became Paul Warren.
Fascinating. He must fight his way through a theater of war far beyond anything he has ever before witnessed or imagined. Yet through his perilous journey, this is Paul, P-A-L-L, in 2 dominions, he is sustained by the love and prayer of a mysterious and beautiful woman from his former life. And where did he meet her?
In the first 3 books, you have this.
Show us this now.
You have this. Oops. You have this setting.
You designed this.
Right.
Talk about.
Well, actually, an Irish artist did this. An Irish cartographer did this.
But you directed him, right?
Right, and so I said I want it to look eerily similar to Great Britain. because these are British people who migrated to this planet called Ouroboros, and so they created a simulation, and that's where Paul Warren, I guess, was birthed, if you want to put it that way. And his soulmate, Paul Warren, is from this territory here, Westphumland, and Evangel is over here in the Western Isles. So you could say this is like northern England, and this is Ireland. So I had, oddly enough, ironically enough, the gentleman that did the map is from Ireland.
You
Yes.
forgot Scotland.
Well, they were doing a simulation.
Yeah.
So they brought this out because they're not really interested in accuracy of detail. They're interested in using these creations that they think that is just a chimera. They think that they're experimenting with DNA.
And they come up with these wild names.
Yeah,
Fantasy names. Do you give him the names, or did he come up with it?
I gave him the names.
And you direct him, and he does that.
Yeah, I had a very crude drawing before, and I just didn't like it. So I saw him online. I saw his drawings online. I said, "That's cool. I need this guy."
So you connected with him, didn't know him.
Right.
You just went online looking for a great artist who could do this.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you two to connect?
Probably 6 months.
Whoa!
And
You're
then,
patient.
And then this took maybe a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, and we kept tweaking it, and I was really pleased with. I asked, can you put little like monsters and stuff in the
Is
in
it
the
in
water?
the book here?
Yes, it's that design is in the book.
Okay, it's in
the forward.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Why is it in black and white? It'd be cool to color it.
The minute you put color in those books, it ups the price.
It does?
Yeah, dramatically. So now you have a color. You're dealing with a color book.
Okay, so the rest of us can color it in. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
By the way, as a little sidelight, Keith dedicates his book. Do you dedicate all of them to your dog?
No, not the first 3. That one, because that's Ari died when I was doing that.
This is Ari. Ari is still with us.
Ari's gone.
When did Ari die?
A year ago.
How old was he?
16 months.
Months?
Yeah, he had lymphoma.
He was a baby.
Mm-hmm. It was awful.
That's so, gosh.
And when I was writing some of that, he was always with me.
Oh my gosh. Do you have another pup now?
I do.
You do? What kind of dog?
Same as a golden retriever. His name's Blaze.
Blaze. And
Yeah.
how old is he now?
He's the same age.
And, it says,
Yeah.
And does he stay with you when you write?
Yes.
He does. What did your wife think of your books?
She actually helped me with the first 3. She did some of the editing process in the first 3 books.
Now this book, show us this one right here. Was this one of the very first ones you did?
This one?
Yeah.
This is the 4th book. This is the poster for the 4th book.
I love the dragon.
Yeah, that's Esai, E-S-A-I.
You designed it. No.
I told this artist is, let me get this right, because it's like the restaurant name. Howard Johnson is his name. But he goes by David because that's his middle name. So this is Howard David Johnson's work, and he's from Idaho.
How did you find him?
Online, I do searches to see somebody. I wanted something that had a magical realism to it.
Yeah.
And I found his work, and I thought it was just phenomenal. So so he said, "Well, what does Paul look like? What's he wearing?"
This is the Polly we talk about.
Yeah,
Yellow.
yeah. And what does the dragon look like? And he got very, very specific about it. Esai is a Greek word. It means forever.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with immortality.
Yeah.
And he's very tricky.
Got the
He's
teeth.
very, very clever.
Now, does he do all of your pictures for you now?
No, he just. I actually, have learned how to use a text-to-image AI.
Yeah.
So it's called Midjourney, and I can't use all of it because I don't want to get nailed for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
But the next cover for the 5th book, which is going to be about Evangel, I have this picture of this warrior princess that is.
Yeah.
I'd go out with her in a minute.
Are you writing it right now?
No, I've got the first chapter done. I've got most of the major research done. It goes back into this world.
That one.
Yeah, and because this is the world.
Now that's in this book, isn't it?
Yes, that one is.
Where is that? It's black and white, really black and white.
Yeah, and this is the setting for the second trilogy.
Trying to find.
That's next to the other.
Come up with this stuff.
So this is a star map. This is like I did some correspondence with the some Harvard physicists.
Yeah.
And I looked at a variety of different ways of charting stars, and because he does these traditional ones, he's never done anything like this.
Yeah.
And he came up with this, and I thought it was excellent.
And it's fantasy, basically.
Yeah, these are actual exoplanets. I just renamed them.
Oh, so they're actually in reality, but you named them.
Right.
You got no. My gosh, NASA has nothing on you.
So if you look in this book at the end.
The one I've got right here. Okay.
There should be a table in there.
You have got more names and labels and people.
Yeah, because this
How do
thing.
you keep track of it all?
Computers, thank God.
My God. Very detailed.
Yeah, on pages 366 and 367.
366 and 367.
You're going to see the names of the planets.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay.
A very detailed list.
And you can see where the Earth migration came from. So the first planet is Iu, right? And Iu, where is that?
He's going to show you. Paul, you
Iu is right there. Iu is right here.
Okay.
So it's in the center. And our sun, or our solar system, is in the center.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a grandson. If you're watching, little Wally, bet you'd love this.
So Iu is they're Indonesian. It's a Japanese word, and it means beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's it's 4.2 southern constellation of Centaurus, and it gives you the amount of miles it is from the solar system. So it's quite a ways away, and then I develop it into parsecs. So then you see Python is in Africa, which means basically snake. Nido is Central South America, which means nest. Woomera, Australia, New Zealand, that means throwing stick. Jayu is Japan, it means freedom. Eidos is North America, it's Greek, means sense of duty. Abim is Europe, it means an image within an image or a story within a story, which this is what this is all about. Kunsai is the China, and that means being in Mandarin. And Matryoshka, which is Russian, which means little matron. So this is based on the supposition that we live in multiple realities.
Yeah.
So a matryoshka is another way of saying a nesting doll.
Yeah.
So you have like a doll within
Yeah,
a
the
doll within a doll.
Okay, the little girl I had that.
Yeah, so I'm saying that we live in a reality within a reality.
Okay, I can picture the doll.
Yeah.
I got the doll.
Yeah.
It says the Orient spur migration centered on Sol, which is sun, right?
Right, yeah.
We're talking with Keith Carreiro, and what a sci-fi fantasy author he is. You talk about detail. I want to read something. There's a great picture of Keith on the back of the book, and this is great. No wonder he's so brilliant. A. Keith Carreiro holds a master's and doctoral degrees from the Harvard Graduate School of Education He teaches as an adjunct professor at Bridgewater. I used to live right across from Bridgewater State University. In 2014, he began writing a sci-fi, fantasy spiritual thriller series about the fate of human civilization. Gosh, are you still teaching over at Bridgewater State?
Yes.
Oh, I used to live in Waterford Village
Oh, really?
with my parents, right across
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah.
That's quite a cute school.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a nice area.
Actually, it's quite a nice
How often are you
university.
there?
I'm there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
What are you teaching? What particular?
I'm in the English department.
You're teaching English?
Yeah.
Well, as a writer, why not?
And-
Keith, how could people reach you in your books?
Besides sending smoke signals or Morse code, you can go on Amazon and you'll find me there. Or you can go on my website, author's website, which is immortalitywars.com.
We're talking about, I guess, your latest, The Pilgrim, Part 1. Let me get this straight again. It's the first book in the second trilogy. All right, now you have another one coming up, which will be Part 2 of the second trilogy. What will that be called?
The Pilgrim Part
The Pilgrim,
2.
okay. Will it be, of course, a different picture?
Yeah, it's going to be that woman warrior is going to be on there.
And when will that be coming?
I don't know. I'm going to start writing it after school is over. So mid-May I resume writing on it.
You Zoom write?
Yeah.
Do you stay at home all night and write all?
No, I do it in the morning now because my advanced age towards senility.
Your advanced age?
Yeah, towards senility. I find that I don't write good. I don't write well at night anymore. It's in the morning when I'm fresh.
Wow, are we opposite? I'm up to like 2 in the morning.
See, it used to be that that's when I would write.
Really?
But yeah, I don't do that now.
Okay, so you used to be a night person.
Yeah.
And you changed it to morning?
Yeah.
What happens physically? I don't get it.
I don't either.
Because it seems like even in older, I hate older age, in my family, people tended to be night owls, even being in older age.
Yeah.
Well, they tended to stay older and nighter.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
When I was a musician, I was also a night owl.
You were a night owl.
Yeah.
Do you have children, Keith?
Yeah, we have
What do they think?
Six. Well, they really like it. One of my cousins just read that, Cindy. She's just read all 4, and she couldn't believe it. She said, growing up watching you, I would never have thought that you would.
Yeah.
Where does this come from? And I said, inspiration.
You were not a sci-fi freak when you were a kid?
I was.
You were?
Yeah.
Did your parents know?
Yeah.
What'd they think?
They didn't know what to do with me. I was a bookworm.
Were you the youngest?
I was the only child.
I was almost only. We are pretty, sometimes they don't know what the hell to do with us.
No.
They don't.
No.
They think, they get a kick out of us.
Yeah. I had storytellers in my family.
Yes, me too.
Amazing storytellers.
Yeah.
And it always fascinated me. I was always saying, tell me a story, tell me a story.
Yes.
And then my parents used to go to Boston a lot, and they used to go shopping in the theater district.
Yeah.
And they actually let me go into the theater. I remember at 10 years, I think I was 10 years old, and Ben-Hur was playing at the time.
Uh-huh.
And it was the new CinemaScope with 3 cameras.
Yeah.
And so they had to, not every movie theater could film it, could show the film because it required 3 special projectors.
Yeah.
And so it was a huge screen, and the effect on me was very profound because here you had a tremendous story about love and battle, but you had it counterposed with the story of Christ. And I thought that it just did something to me. And I remember saying, I want to do something like that when I get older.
Yeah.
And so this is a faith-based series.
Yeah.
I don't throw it in your face, but it's there. And yeah.
Did your parents take you to Broadway plays?
No, they took. No, what happened was my father was a salesman for
My father did that.
professional cosmetics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and barbershops and hairdressers, cosmetology,
Yeah.
and beauty salons. And they used to take me to New York shows.
Yes, mine too. Did you go to Music City?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the Christmas show with the animals going?
Yeah.
We did too. The Rockettes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But then there were the Broadway plays. Remember Yul Brynner in The King and I? I don't know if we actually saw that. Did you actually go to see it?
No. But what they had me do, I was selling on the floor with the men and women. So I got to. Then they let me roam around. They would never do that now. They let me roam around the whole convention.
As a child, they let you roam around
I got to see everybody selling the booths and stuff. Yeah, these are conventions where they had, they were selling cosmetics.
Oh, where your father was set up in a okay.
Yeah, and they had me selling them as well.
Now, speaking of expos and selling, Keith usually appears at the Rhode Island Authors Expos in December, and they have moved from Cranston, which was Rhodes on the Pawtucket.
Yeah.
I went once and I was overwhelmed. And then, now you are over in where?
We're in Warwick at Crown Plaza.
At the Crown Plaza. Do you know the date coming up?
I think it's December.
Yeah, but
December 3rd, maybe.
December 3rd. At the Crown Plaza. What town?
In Warwick. It's near the airport, T.F. Green. It's south of the airport.
Crown Plaza
Off of
in
95.
Warwick. Is that, okay, let me ask you a question. From here in Upton, is that a closer trip for us than it was to Cranston?
I think it's about the same distance, but it's easier to get to because
Okay,
it's all
because it felt
highway.
like forever to
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
Cranston. But the one that we went to at the at Rhodes on the Pawtucket seemed like forever. And that building, we had no idea it was that old. It had to shut down.
Yeah,
That thing was packed.
yeah.
And you had a wonderful setup. Remember, you had,
Yeah.
my God, you couldn't miss Keith's setup with his books. You like going there.
I do.
You could tell he's a happy dude.
Yeah.
But it was like wall to wall authors. I couldn't get to everybody. And I feel awful walking by and
I think at that time we had 135 authors. All
like
genres.
different genres.
Yeah.
I love it, but I'm just one of those people that I feel so sad I can't get to everybody. You walk by and you want to say hi, but it's like you can't. And it's a wonderful place to be. Now, do you think your latest book will be out by December 3rd?
I don't see that happening. No, because it's going to be about the same size as this.
All right. Now, over here at the new Upton Library, at the Upton Center, you're going to have your latest book here, the one we're talking about, The Pilgrim Part 1 of the first book of the second trilogy, okay, his sci-fi fantasy book, will be over at the new Upton Library, at the new Upton Center. He's going to go over there, right, and it'll be in the dedicated local authors section. Don't be shy. Go on over there and go pick it up. Go read it. See what you think of it. Are you going to go over to Tatnuck anytime soon?
I need to call them. I've been so busy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've got somebody in Hollywood interested in this.
Hollywood?
Yeah.
How cool. You know what? I can see this as a movie, Keith.
Well, they are saying they see it as a 3-season series
On TV?
on TV or
How
streaming.
did they hear of you?
I heard of this group of people, it's called Voyage Media, and wrote them, and then they have a process of judgment of looking at the books and at the author profile, and I eked through somehow, and I submitted my materials, and I had a producer named Dan Schenkman,
Yeah.
who some people are aware of him, and he's been looking for epic sagas, science fiction, fantasy,
Yeah.
and he looked at the material, and now he's looking at it in terms of marketability for the screen, which is totally different than this. It's a different venue. And
I can see it on TV as a series.
yeah, so he said he gradually, after asking me a bunch of questions, he basically said, I can see this as a series. We need to start preparing. It needs to have a treatment, needs to have a script, and he says, I think you need to have a pilot made. So
You must be so excited.
I take it with a grain of salt in a
Really?
way. Yeah, because I don't want, because if it falls apart, I won't be destroyed.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, but it is. But if you had told me I would be at this level, I would not have believed it.
You wouldn't have believed that.
Yeah, so for me, it's like saying to an athlete, you get a chance to play in Wrigley Field or Gillette Stadium
Yeah.
or Fenway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you win or not. You're playing the game. So that's cool.
Where are you going to be appearing coming up? Anything soon?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Not that you're aware of.
I'm being low key. I've got to get through this
okay.
semester.
Did you say you're living in?
Oh, I'm going to be in Dublin.
He's going back to Ireland.
Yeah.
Where?
Which is where the Pilgrim
Okay.
was launched.
Did you say you're living in assisted living?
No,
No.
I live at home.
Okay. All right. So one more time, Keith. How can they get a hold of you and your book?
Hi. Thanks for your being with us today. And if you are interested further, please go to Amazon.com. Look up my name, A. Keith Carreiro, or Immortality Wars, and you'll find the books. They're in Kindle. They're also in paperback. Oh, and I've got an Audible book out now, an audio book on the first book. It's done by a company called Word Woos out of the Northwest of the United States, and it's narrated by Joe Mills, and he does an amazing job.
Keith, you are covering all your bases, and maybe by Christmas. Well, if you're not going to have it done in time for the next expo, it wouldn't be done by Christmas.
Yeah.
But
We could take
get
pre-orders.
this out because people love to buy books by Christmas
Yeah,
time.
we could do pre-orders.
Yeah, and you'll probably at the expo in Rhode Island, you'll have this out. People can buy your books for Christmas. You're pretty sure you'll be at the expo, right?
Absolutely.
I hope to get there. Is it a good idea with all those people? I was so sick in December with pneumonia. Oh my God. Should we wear masks, do you think?
It's up to you.
Huh?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I know. I haven't been that sick.
I'm not sure of the efficacy of the mask.
I'm not either. I don't know. I just don't want to get sick again.
Yeah,
Oh, did you get COVID?
I did,
You did.
and I reacted poorly to the shots.
Shots I was pretty good with, but when I got hit with pneumonia, it was all the month of December into the first week or two of January. If my doctor hadn't caught it, urgent care didn't get it, but the doctor did. Thanks for being with us. Don't forget, go over to the Upton Town Library. Go pick up his copy. Read it. If you love sci-fi fantasy, you're going to love Keith Carreiro. If you love details, you're going to love this book. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Keith. Take care.
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream. Tomorrow's even closer than it seems.